During this time, God has taught me that I need to put myself in Him and not get overcome and overwhelmed by the anxiety and uncertainty in the news and in the world.
During this time, God has taught me that He's in control and we're not the ones who get to decide the future.
During this time, God has taught me to keep coming back to Him and that He will sustain me.
This month, God has taught me to be patient with my siblings.
During this time, God has taught me to be grateful for what I have.
During the quarantine, God taught me that I need to be in His Word more.
During this time, God has taught me to be patient and to be calm during this time of coronavirus and during this time of craziness. So, God has taught me to be patient.
During this time, God has taught me to be patient and to trust Him.
During this time, God has helped me to be patient with my family.
I'd say during this time, God has taught me that sometimes like the day-to-day life that we live in right now can be really fast-paced, and we just get like caught up in everything. And sometimes we need to slow down in order to see God in some things.
This month, God taught me not to take things for granted.
This month, God showed me discipline.
During this time, God has taught me that I need Him to get through it.
During this time, God has taught me to trust in Him because He has a plan.
During this time of quarantine, I think the most God has taught me is that God has taught me to really appreciate your family and how much they do for you and how much they're here for you, especially during doing school at home. You know, Mom and Dad are always willing to help, and I think that's the most important thing right now is just having your family with you, because if you didn't have them with you right now, it'd definitely be a worse time.
During this time, God has taught me that nothing in life is certain, and the only thing I can really depend on is God Himself and the truth that I find in His Word.
During these times, God has taught me to lay His trust in Him.
During this time, God has taught me to be patient and love everyone, especially with my family. During this time, during this quarantine, I've had a lot more time to spend time with my family, and I've been loving it so far. So, yeah, thank you, God.
During this time, God has taught me to love my family more, appreciate them, and tolerate them.
During this time, God has taught me that even though we're anxious and we don't know what the future holds, that we need to be still and know He is God.
During this time, God has taught me to persevere through all the tough moments.
Hi everybody, how are you? I would say during this time that God has taught me that I really struggle with pride. But in spite of that, He has been so good to me.
During quarantine, God has taught me that even when it gets tough, He'll be there for me. He also taught me that I need a haircut.